Hi, Lenore here, and I'm back. You'll notice that I'm working with a second sheet. I've called it the Personal Budget Worksheet. Now, I'm not certain if you have the same example in your book. This is from chapter 1, example 12. And would you believe it doesn't seem to have a page number? How peculiar is that? But anyway, what they walk you through in this example is how to make, let me increase that view for you. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Let's go to 150. No, a little bit smaller, 125. Okay, so this information's been given, not all of it, but some of it. First and foremost, it's a personal budget, monthly estimates. Here's the income. Now, here's one of the things that I've found with spreadsheets, working with worksheets, spreadsheets, Excel, and other, is that when you first put the information in, it isn't the way you want to see it. So even though there's no row in between here, it's okay. We're just trying to get the information listed. So this is supposed to look just like this top row, January through December. So what I want to do is show you a trick. So we type January in, and in the next cell, so this cell is C8, I'm going to type in February. And you might say, well, Lenore, why don't you just copy January through December right down here? I could do that, or I could highlight both cells. So those of you using a mouse, it could be different for you, but I'm using a trackpad. So I just put my trackpad cursor in the cell I'm going to begin with, and then just kind of stretch it over so that it includes both cells now, January and February. And I'm going to put my little cross sign there and stretch it out. And you'll notice while I'm doing that, it's listing March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And the reason it can do that is Excel has these built-in lists. And it knows the days of the week. It knows January through December. I'm not certain, but someone will have to tell me if you're using a version that perhaps comes from Mexico or France. Tell me if it also has those lists as well, only in Spanish. So here we go. That was a quick way to put in all the months of the year. And yes, we could have done a copy paste. So let me take this out. You're probably wondering, why is she showing us things that we can see in the book? And the reason for that is sometimes when you see it live, and I'm not really crazy about the tutorials in the book, sometimes when you see it live, you'll get the hang of it. If you get tired of my voice or they're not helpful to you, let me know and I'll stop making them. So here I want to clear those days out so I can show you something else. So I'm going to go to Edit, Clear, and you'll notice it says all formats, contents, or comments. You can be very specific with Excel with what you want to take out, but I want to clear everything. So there, voila, it's all gone. So as I said, there's multiple ways you could actually copy the row. And remember, columns go up and down, rows go side to side. And you could click here that says copy. So we would click copy, and then we would put our cursor there, and we would click paste, and there we go, exactly like it looks above. Or for some things, I prefer to use the quick command. So let me clear it again. Edit, clear all. And if I put my cursor, and I have to hold it down with the trackpad, so one finger is holding the beginning and the other one is just sliding across. For Mac, I use Command C. So you'll notice those little, it looks like little train tracks. And then I'll put it where I want to copy and then hit Command V, and that's copy and paste. Command C, Command V. Now, those of you with a PC, I think it's still Command that you use. Command C, Command V. If you want to take it out completely, it would be Command X. So that's a way to incorporate some shift commands with Excel. Some of you have mouses that you right click, left click, set it up for however you want. And it does the same functions. Or, of course, you can use your ribbons. So there's multiple ways to get someplace. So my wages, I'm guessing this is for whomever this is, those wages are, oh, and you should always save your work. So I just jump right up here and I'm saving my work. It looks a little different again because I'm saving it while I am saving it while recording it. So let's call it personal budget. There we go, saving it. So now let's put some other numbers in. So rent is 489 cents. If you can learn to use your number pad, you will go much quicker. I don't have a number pad to go with my Mac, but I'm going to get one. So now I have 489 and I need to get it all the way through. Now this is what some students do. They take the corner and they copy it all the way across. And that worked, 489 all the way across. Or we could have done a copy paste the way we did it earlier, copy, then highlight it and paste. So again, just like the dates, there's multiple ways to get all your numbers in here. Let's do it again. Here's 300. I'm going to do it a different way, copy paste. I'm going to go up here and copy and then highlight where I want it to paste, go back up to the clipboard, paste, boom, we're done. So I'm not going to put the rest of the numbers in because I want to go on. So let's do a couple of things. One, I don't like the way this looks. It looks messy. So one of the first things I want to do is I want to put a row or two rows to make it visually more appealing. So I'm going to put the two rows right in here. I'm going to I'm going to highlight those two rows and I'm going to insert rows. Boom, everything moves down. Now be careful, when you're inserting rows, you actually have to move to where the numbers are located. If you were to just do it in the cells, like that, insert row, oh, that worked. But sometimes it will only move down that particular column. So we have to be careful. Okay, so we've separated that from the monthly expenses. This is the income, wages, and dividends. These are the months. Let's center the months and the total column. So you want to highlight it again. And if we go right here, that's this how to center the text. Boom, we've centered it. If we wanted to less justify it, boom. If we wanted to right justify it, boom. Most of the times we're center justifying. So there we go. Now, I always like things with little lines because that's who I am. So this is the underline box, but it's also a border. So you can see you can have all sorts of borders. You can have borders that are colors. You can draw a border, double underline a border, but let's just put in a bottom border so that we can see the months separated from the information. Okay, wow, this guy has dividends, but that's the only month he gets the dividends. So I'm just going to do a copy paste, boom, boom. All right, so as I said, these numbers, well, there's no comma. So I'm going to highlight the numbers, and now I'm going to choose how to, what we call format. So general just shows it like a number. They're giving you an example of exactly what it looks like. So let's go with currency. You'll notice currency puts in the dollar sign. If we were to click that, that's an accounting. See how it changed the name? So the dollar sign is further out. This comma means they take the dollar sign out, but they add commas for thousands and pennies. Now, if you're at work, you may not want to see the pennies, so here's where you would just take those pennies out and look at a rounded to the nearest whole dollar. This is how you would put them back. Yeah, we can even make this euros. We can make this pounds. So there's a lot of cool things we can do, but let's just go back very simply and work with dollars, numbers with commas and pennies. Now we want to total these up. Couple of ways to do this. This is where we see the formula. So if we were to write out the formula by hand, it would be equal sum, open paren, and then we would highlight the range, and then close paren. Whoops, I got a little wackadoo here. So you can see how to fix things. So, oh, I know, because I'm actually trying to show you what it looks like. Equals sum, and then by highlighting the range, it would be B6 to include that, B6, colon, through M6, end paren. So if you were writing out the formula, that's what it would look like. Now, of course, there's an easier way to do this. You could put it where the cell is, and you see the function signs up here. This funny E-looking thing is the summation. I think it's a Greek letter, but I don't remember which Greek letter it is. No, I don't even want to guess. If you click there, you'll notice that it shows you the formula, and it looks just like mine, only it has capital letters. And then you just hit enter, and what it did was we got Excel to automatically sum up this row. Now, watch this. This is like magic. Sometimes if you're not certain or the number looks off, you highlight your numbers and go all the way down here. Do you see that? So it tells you what the average is. It lets you know that there are 12 numbers that you're including, that's the count, and that the sum is $12,003.48. Why is this important? Because sometimes you won't see a cell or a column, someone will hide it, or you didn't include everything. For example, let's say I hit the summation, but I didn't include January, not realizing it. And 11, I thought, oh, I've got 12 numbers and they're at least 1,000 apiece. That number should be higher. So then for a quick check, you would just highlight, look down here and say, oh, I have 12. It should be 12,000. This number doesn't match. So then you would put it here. And if you click right on the formula, you can then extend it the one more cell or delete one more cell. Boom, there you go. That's the total. Now, we also want to total the line below it. So again, I'm going to put my little cross there. Boom, now it's totaled that. I like to see underlines, so I'm going to underline this just for visual purposes. I don't believe your book asks you to do this. Now I want to know the summation of just the month of January. This totals January through December. I just want to know January's total. And again, I could go right over here, click, and then enter. One of the reasons I have added, this is custom, I have added this summation right here, is I use the sum all the time when I'm creating exams for you students in accounting, because almost everything is summed so you can see your trial balance, your balance sheet. That's just a little FYI. Okay, I like numbers when they total to double underline. So I'm going to click here for the borders, bottom double border. Boom, double underlined, just the way I like it. So now I'm going to copy that all the way across. Save, just in case, because I'm taping this. Now I want to make certain that my row additions, this is cross-footing, so this is taking what was in July and adding it down. I want to make certain that this number, which is adding those two together, is the same as adding all these together. And that's considered cross-footing, to double check. And I can see down here that it is correct, but this is something I do, and I would suggest you do it if you're working with financial statements. Put in a check figure. So what's a check figure? So I want it to take this number, this summation, and subtract from it the sum of these guys. See how it uses red? The sum of these guys. Oh, it won't squeeze over. Enter, and it says, oh no, you forgot a parent at the end. And you can see it here. I don't have the parent, the closed parent. So I can just say yes, and it's already determined. And if you highlight here, it'll show you the cells. Took the 16,00423, which is 12,000 plus 4,000, and it subtracted out January through December's numbers. And that check figure should be 0, right? So that's something that I learned the hard way. So I think that's all I'm going to show you for right now. I don't like these podcasts to be too long. So with that, do at least that much. Lenore out.